They're out on the field. The pride of the Southland band crisply marches into the Giant T. The rear, the roar of 97,000 fans rises with each rhythmic step. In the background, George Beatsis is singing "White Balls White." The orange and white Shakers flood the air. The Volunteers are ready at the north end of the football field to burst through the gate. They're coming now, racing onto the field through the Giant T. In that magic moment that says, wherever you are, it's football time in Tennessee.
Welcome to the Talking Vols Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Just a few days away from Tennessee taking on Akron in a game that Tennessee's favored by almost 50 points. Going to go in, take care of business. Expect that to be a very vanilla game plan offensively and defensively. And that kind of brings up the question of, who is this football team? I think we're going to be 3-0. Let's just call it the way it is. Tennessee is going to be 3-0 coming out of this weekend, and I still don't know the identity of this football team. When we look at Hendon Hooker, who he's been this year compared to previous years, have we built him up and made him this, the expectations so high that nobody could live up to that? Where's the running game? What's the deal with that? We had a game against Ball State where Tennessee could not get home. Not a single sack against Ball State. We're all questioning this defensive line. Tim Banks, we're questioning anything and everything. They come out against Pittsburgh. They dial up all these blitz packages. They get home. They also have more quarterback hurries than this football program has had in the last 10 years. Almost a case of Jekyll and Hyde. And I don't know that we're necessarily going to know more this weekend after they take on Akron, but how good does it feel to have this football team in a position to be 3-0 when Florida comes to town? 3:30 kickoff for CBS. It feels pretty dang good. We're going to listen to a couple of comments from Alex Golesh talking about this running game and what they've done against Ball State and Pitt. We're going to take a look at that and then kind of go through this a little bit. But as always, do me a favor, smash that thumbs up below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy. It truly does help the channel. If you watch this content every day and you like it, help us out, hit that thumbs up. Also, if you're new to the Talking Vols Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We are fans just like you. This channel is truly for the fans, by the fans. As you could see last night on the fan call-in show, absolute chaos, but it's always a blast to have you guys on. Let you guys talk about Tennessee football for an hour or two. If you missed that show, go back and check it out. If you want to see the Wednesday show, we'll be live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Myself, Dauber, maybe Xavier. We'll go live and talk a little bit about Tennessee football. Let's take a listen to Alex Golesh and his comments when he was asked about the running game so far this season.
Run game through 2 games. You know what? Unique. The first week against Ball State, we got really something that we anticipated but didn't truly prepare for in terms of a total drop 8 game. And I thought we ran the ball pretty well. We got a bunch of guys in. I think we played 5 running backs in that game and ran it pretty well, minus the turnover on the fumble. This last week, we knew exactly what kind of game it was going to be in terms of what Pitt is defensively, how they're built. You knew it was going to be tough sledding running the ball. We also knew that the quarterback run game was going to be our best run game in terms of being able to actually hat everybody up and forcibly run the ball. How they're built, how Pitt's built, and really, really sound, but they're going to force you to throw the football. So I think for what was presented, which is what we prepared for, I think we ran the ball okay. Again, we put a ball on the ground in short yardage. That's 2 weeks in a row. That's beyond disappointing and really in a lot of ways unacceptable. If I lose sleep about anything, it's that. We can't win games putting the ball on the ground like that and got away with one there, whether it was the football gods looking over us or maybe we're just that good of people that it turned out in our favor. But you can't put the ball on the ground in tight games like that. So I don't know if you're asking for a letter grade, but I think it's a work in progress, and I think it's a huge point of emphasis for us. I think the O-line's playing extremely well. We got some backs we're confident with, and we got to hang on to the football, and I think it'll just keep coming as the season goes here.
So offensive coordinator Alex Golesh says the run game is a work in progress, but, obviously a point of emphasis there is talking about putting the football on the ground. And against Pitt, I felt like Jalen Wright was the better back. And they talked about in the offseason throughout fall camp, they talked about going with the hot hand. Whoever's got the hot hand is who they're going to keep in the game when it comes to Jabari Small, Jalen Wright being that 1-2 punch. And it felt like Jalen Wright truly was the hot hand. He had 9 carries for 47 yards, averaged over 5 yards a carry, 5.2 yards per rushing attempt. But he's put the ball on the ground both games, against Ball State and again against Pitt. And, Alex Golesh kind of making some jokes there, talking about the football gods looking after him. But the bottom line is you can't do that when you get into SEC play. You really can't do it on the road against a team like Pitt. But, again, they got lucky. They got out of there with the win, and that's all that counts. But this running game, again, Alex Golesh calls it a work in progress. We saw a little bit of success running the football against Ball State, but again, that's Ball State, over 200 yards on the ground. You come and you play Pittsburgh, and you struggle. You don't even break 100 yards. They had 91 yards on the ground. And, listening to Alex Golesh, kind of giving credit to Pittsburgh, you know what they're going to bring to the table. They got a really good front seven. So the game plan, clearly, to throw the football around, and that's exactly what they did. Hendon Hooker, 27 of 42 for 325 yards and 2 touchdowns. And look, are we being too critical of Hendon Hooker, myself included? It just feels like something is off, but I talked about this a little bit in the video yesterday, a little bit on the live stream last night. When you look at the numbers he's putting up, his completion percentage, 67.2% compared to 68.2% a year ago. He's got 546 yards, 4 touchdowns, but the real important part is Hendon Hooker still has not turned the football over, and that's kind of been his MO. He doesn't turn the football over. His touchdown to interception ratio last year, 31 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. That's pretty dang good. But are we building these expectations that are too high for Hendon Hooker? I mean, we're 2 games into this thing. And again, that's kind of the theme of this video. We're 2 games in. We're going to go play Akron, favored by 50 points. They're going to take care of business. They're going to be 3-0 going to play Florida. And I'm still not really sure what this football team is all about. I think they can be really good. I trust Josh Heupel to have this offense clicking once we get into SEC play in a week and a half. I believe that. And something else they talked about was the wide receiver rotation. They were going to play 7, 8 guys. But when we see when the game's on the line, when it counts, when it's on the road against a 17th ranked opponent, there is no 7 to 8 man rotation. You're going to ride or die with your 3 guys. You're going to throw Cedric Tillman, Jalen Hyatt, and Brew McCoy out there. That's what you're going to get when we get into the Florida game, when we get into SEC play. We're not going to learn anything on Saturday. We're going to get on here. We're going to talk about it. We're going to speculate. If they don't get pressure on defense, is it a concern? If Hendon Hooker struggles, is it a concern? Are we worried? We're going to talk about it. That's what fans do. But I don't think we're going to know anything after that game ends on Saturday night. I think when the chips are in, when Florida comes to town, 3:30 kickoff, CBS, back in the spotlight where we belong. When's the last time this matchup meant something? It means a lot. This is a statement game for Josh Heupel against Florida. Checker Neyland, Smokey Grace, let's make it happen. That's when we're going to find out who this team is. That's when we're going to find out how good Hendon Hooker can be. I don't feel like this team is really taking as many shots down the field, and I don't know if that's something to do with defense. Again, it's just a big question mark. Ball State dropping 8, bringing 3, dropping 8 all day long. That's not really going to leave you any opportunities to go down the field. Now we go to Pitt. Let's make some more excuses. Pitt's really good up front. The pressure they bring. Do you have time to let plays develop downfield? They took a couple of shots. Cedric Tillman had the drop in the end zone. They took a couple of deep shots. Are we going to know anything after Saturday when Tennessee plays Akron? You guys know what to do. Hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. 2 games in, going to be 3 games in. I don't know that we really know the identity of this football team, but I trust Josh Heupel. I trust this coaching staff. When the SEC schedule starts, I think we're going to be ready to go. Hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. As always, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. I would appreciate it. And go check out the official merchandise of the Talking Vols Network. Go to bonfire.com. shop.threadless.store/talkingballs. Any and all support we do so greatly appreciate. You can pick up those brand new mustard-themed t-shirts. I know a lot of you guys like those. But we also got some clean logos, Talking Balls Elite, the State Pride merchandise. But again, any and all support, so greatly appreciated. Thank you to all the new members of the channel. If you like what we do, you want to financially support what we are trying to do with this channel, you can become a member. Hit that join button down below for as little as 99 cents a month. You get access to custom Talking Balls emojis, access to the fan call-in show. Had a blast with you guys last night. Love that fan call-in show. One of my favorite things we do on this channel. But again, any and all support, we appreciate it. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys have a great day. Hope to see you tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time for Talking Balls Live. But this is the Talking Balls Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.